I'd like to take a few minutes to thank everybody who helped me fight MS. This year I rode 4 rides in the Bike MS series. My first one was in Texas. I shipped the bike down to a local bike shop and then brought it back to my hotel, where I was happy to find that it arrived safe and sound. And then I assembled it, and I was ready for a ride.
We are at the Bike MS BP 150 down in Texas. Not too sure how well this is sounding, but over the band. But I'm at the expo. This is the night before the ride, and I got my packet. I've got everything set up. The bike's back together again. Took it for a little test ride around Texas here, and it was very nice riding. As you can see, the weather is fantastic, and this is quite an expo here. They've got this huge parking lot with free food and lots of vendors, and you sign up, and of course you get your package, you get all your credentials and a t-shirt and a water bottle and a nice dinner. So this is quite a wonderful thing, but this is going to have about maybe 9,000–10,000 riders on it. They've raised over $10 million for MS, which is outstanding, and definitely a Texas-sized fundraiser. To be here, and I'm ready to get back to the hotel, get a good night's sleep, and have a good start tomorrow morning at 5:30.
The Riders Expo was a great fun, and of course every year I ride for Patty. The MS Society has done so much for us and has worked on the drugs that have made her life better, and I want to support that and pay it forward to others that are suffering with the disease. It was really exciting to get to the starting area. This was one of 3 starting points, and I don't think I was even at the biggest one. This ride is huge, and I was just having a great time being there.
Well, here we are at the start for the BP 150 down in Houston, Texas. We're about a half hour away from the start, and people are starting to stage at the starting line behind me. The weather could not be any better, and I'm so excited to be here after so much anticipation, so much waiting and planning, shipping the bike, getting a hotel, rental car, flights, all that stuff. It's so great to actually be here finally. Got my numbers, got my my bib, all the important things. So all that's left to do is ride to the overnight. So I'm very excited, and can't wait to get in line and go for a ride. Well, here we are at stop 2, and it's kind of what I expect. There's 1 million bikes and lots of support. Looks really good here. The roads have been fantastic. I think the highest hill was about 12 feet. So far, so good. But everybody's riding real nice and being friendly, and I'm having a great time. Probably the best day weather-wise in Texas ever. So it's I'm pretty blessed. Thanks for your support.
Everywhere we went, we were welcomed, and everywhere we went, we were also reminded why we were riding.
Well, here we are at the lunch stop, and as you can see, it's huge. It's at some sort of local fairground, and there's people and bicycles everywhere. So what a great party. I'm going to go get something to eat, but the road and the riding's been great so far. Thank you for your support.
At the lunch stop, I had the honor of meeting David James, the father of Peyton James, who's the namesake for the Peyton Heart Project. Everything's bigger in Texas. No 5-gallon water cooler for these guys. They had these water monsters that had to hold every bit of 50 gallons so you could fill up quick. And if you were tired of water, they also served pickle pops, which were very refreshing. The overnight was in the LaGrange campground, and it was a great party with barbecue and beer and everybody having a great time, relaxing. I stayed in the solo riders tent, and they had set me up well with a welcome sign and a nice mattress to sleep on, so passport riders have an advantage. They know how to do breakfast here. This is one out of about 8 pancake stations, and they served about 8,000 people in an hour, which was pretty amazing. And then we went to the start, which was also amazing.
Well, here we are at the start of day 2 in LaGrange. We're at the county fairground, and this line here goes on forever. I think they started a half hour ago, and we haven't started to move yet, so but I'm pretty sure we're going to be getting going soon, and looking forward to a day of a challenging ride. We're going to go through a park, and it's got a lot of... Here we go.
The scenery on day 2 was fantastic, and every place made you feel welcome. This one little town of about 375 people, I bet 374 of them were out welcoming us. Cowbells, they had the streets filled with bubbles, and there was guys just holding their hand out with beers for you to grab as you rode by. It was quite an amazing welcome.
We have ice you can put inside your bottle! We have water! We have ice you can put inside your bottle!
Evidently, this guy rides a fixed gear every year, and what a guy. I ride a fixed gear, but my hat's off to this guy. The finish was at the Circuit of Americas just outside of Austin, and from here you could really see the scope of the event because everybody was there at one time, and it was a huge party, a huge welcome, and a huge relief to be done with this ride because it was just starting to get hot. But I had a wonderful time, and thank you for your support. You can't go to Texas without having some of their great food, so I have to mention it. I had chicken and waffles for the first time. I had etouffee. I had crawfish, and I had huevos rancheros, and it was all fantastic. The next ride was the Torta Farms in Illinois. I had done this before, and it's a perfect ride for a fixed gear. 100 miles of flat riding the first day.
Well, thank you. Thank you for your sponsorship. I'm here at the Torta Farms in St. Charles, Illinois. My second ride this year, and I'm excited to go see some cornfields. They got in a little late this year. Maybe go over the Fox River and see how high that is. They've gotten a lot of rain out here, but it's the people are wonderful, and the facility here is wonderful, and I'm looking forward to rolling through Illinois and raising a little money for MS. So thank you for your help and support, and I'm looking forward to a great day out here in Illinois. Thank you. There you go, windmills and bicycles. Farms. Doesn't get much better than this. Good weather and a wee bit of a tailwind to boot. Thanks for your support.
After my ride, I treated myself to a Dairy Queen, then checked into the hotel, which in this case was a huge barn that I had pretty much to myself. They had made a nice party out of the ending location, and this one team was sponsored by a furniture store. Can you tell? The ride was great along some rivers and lots of straight roads and farm fields, and the people were just lovely. Riding a fixed gear, I was a rock star, even though it was one of the flatter rides.
Well, I made it. This is the second day of the Torta Farms, and they're still expecting terrible weather to hit here in about an hour and a half or so. We had some really bad weather first thing in the morning, but it cleared up right when we were about to leave at 7 o'clock. So it was a good ride. They eliminated the 75 mile today, and so that we'd finish before the heavens opened up, and I'm kind of glad they did. I'm doing this from my luxurious sleeping quarters. I had this entire barn pretty much to myself last night, which was greatly appreciated at 4 in the morning when we had a huge thunderstorm. I did the 50-mile ride in about a little over 3 hours, 3 hours, 4 minutes, and it was a nice ride. Saw a lot of nice Illinois farmland, and met some nice people on the ride. I was the only single speed, and for sure the only fixed gear on the ride, so it was quite a novelty out there. But it was a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to lunch and getting picked up and heading back to Chicagoland area. So thank you so much for your support. I met a lot of people with MS, and due to the drugs that are available right now, due to the work that the MS Society has helped fund, they have a much easier go than people that were diagnosed years ago, and it's all because of your support. So thank you so much, and I'll see you at the Great Maine Getaway.
Good morning. I'm here at the Great Maine Getaway. Thanks to your help in supporting me to ride for MS. I really appreciate your support over the years, and especially for this ride. As you can see, the weather's beautiful. I can't wait to experience the Maine roads. It's a lovely ride down the coast, and then we go off into the woods. It's going to be a great day, and I want to thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you. The Maine ride only had about 600 people, so it was quite a change from the crowds of Texas. But the ride along the coast was fantastic. The weather was great. enjoyed riding with some friends that I'd met in the last year or two, and the scenery was just idyllic and very relaxing. Well, I made it. 101 miles, averaged 18 miles an hour, and as you can see, the weather is fantastic. I had a great time. Thanks for your support, and we're helping end MS, which is our mission, and it was a great fundraising effort. I can't wait for another 75 miles of this idyllic setting here tomorrow. So thank you very much. Well, here we are at the University of New England. This is the view from our cafeteria where we're having breakfast. Another wonderful day. It's in the low 60s outside, a little bit chilly, but not a hint of wind, and as you can see, the sun's out, so looking forward to another wonderful day of riding in this beautiful countryside, and thanks for your support. Day 2 was just as much fun. This route took us more into the hills and it was a little more challenging, but I had a great time, met some great people, and of course at the end had some lobster.
All right, Century Cycle.
Here we are at the beginning of the City to Shore 2019, and I want to thank you for getting me here. This year's been my best fundraising ever. I'm at about $7,200. I'm number 37 in the list of fundraisers, so I could go up a little bit down, I don't know, but I'm excited to be supported by everybody on this ride, and I'm really excited to go for this ride because the weather today is forecast to be perfect for riding. So thank you for your support, and thank you for helping me fight MS. Woo! Rippy! I made it. I did 100 miles today to get here, and I don't know why. I have to do 75 tomorrow, but getting here feels like such an awesome accomplishment. And I couldn't have done it without your support. So you can see the day's beautiful. It's an absolutely spectacular day for riding. I met a lot of old friends on the road, and I made a few new ones, which was a lot of fun. But most importantly, I helped fight MS, and that always makes me feel good. I'm going to go get my VIP dinner, and then maybe have some ice cream, stroll around the boardwalk a little bit, and then rest up for tomorrow. I can't wait to ride tomorrow because the weather's supposed to be just as nice. So thank you. The end party at Ocean City was great, as usual. This time I decided to stick my feet in the water a little bit and just hang out on the beach and just enjoy the view. And we stayed in a condo this year, which was just lovely. Well, I'm here. I made it to the start of the second day of the City to Shore. You can see the beautiful sunrise behind me on the beach. The weather's supposed to be perfect today. So again, I want to thank you guys for making this all possible. I'm really looking forward to 75 more miles of beautiful road and talking to some friends and making some new ones. So thank you very much for your support, and I'll see you in Cherry Hill. There is nothing like sunrise at the shore. I enjoy that every year. This is a haunted house I saw along the way. NFI is a huge sponsor behind the scenes, and they do a lot to keep this event going. It's always fun meeting riding friends along the way. Well, thank you. I made it. I made it 75 miles today. The weather was perfect. The wind stayed low. The sun stayed high. And my spirits were good. My legs felt great. It was a wonderful ride. And most importantly, I raised more money this year than I did last year for MS. So thank you for helping me fight the fight to end MS. And I'll see you next year. Thanks. Of course, the reason I do this is to raise money for the MS Society, and this year was a banner year, raising more than I ever have. I want to thank each and every one of you for helping sponsor this ride and helping me put an end to MS, which affects so many people. Thank you so much.